Good afternoon. I'm Diane Sawyer, and we're interrupting your program because we have word that former President Clinton, William Jefferson Clinton, age 63 years old, has been admitted to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. As we know, 4.5 years ago, he had heart bypass surgery, and we want to tell you what we've learned about what could possibly be the cause of his readmission today. George, from
Diane,
your sources?
The details are just coming in. Here's what we know right now, that he is in Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, that it is related to his heart, likely a stent procedure. That's all we know right now. As we said, the details are just coming in, but he is hospitalized in New York City, Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, heart-related.
So your sources have told you likely a stent?
Yes.
And what does this mean, Dr. Besser? Dr. Richard Besser is also here with us. We had heard initially he was taken in possibly on a gurney, which of course raised a lot of concern.
Right.
If you had experienced any kind of heart pain leading possibly, as George says, to a stent, would you be on a gurney? Would it be that serious?
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into him being on a gurney. If you're someone who has a history of heart disease or not, but you're experiencing chest pain or shortness of breath or any signs of distress, you'll be brought in on a gurney. You don't want to stress the body further by having to walk.
George?
Just a little more news coming in right now. Just got an email that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton just left the Oval Office. According to one source, did not seem to be too concerned, did not seem to be in a rush. Of course, we can't overread that, but that's what we know right now.
Right, and we have no indication, we want to say again, that major surgery is contemplated in any way. And again, 4.5 years after a bypass, what does this say to you?
He had a bypass in 2004 that involved 4 blocked arteries, and so that's a fairly extensive procedure. Over time, the same problem that occurred in his arteries to begin with blockage, with fatty material, can occur. We hear the word stent. Well, that could mean that they're looking to put a stent in to open up one of those arteries that could be blocking. It could mean that if he had a stent in the past, there's a problem with that. But it's too soon to say what they mean when we're hearing the word stent.
All right, well, just to tell you once more what we do know, that former President Clinton has been admitted to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital today in New York, and as far as we know, George is hearing from his sources that a stent is one of the things being mentioned. No indication major surgery is contemplated, and we'll tell you more about all of this as we receive it. For Dr. Richard Besser, for George Stephanopoulos, thank you for being with us, and we'll see you tonight on World News.
This has been a special report from ABC News.